Hi, Sam here. So, what does it mean to you if you find feathers? So, this week I have been feeling sad and tearful in regarding my mum, which I've mentioned in other videos. She's very poorly. Yeah, actually tomorrow it will be a year since she was actually in our home here. I was caring for her. So yeah, it's this week I've been thinking about that a lot. That it was coming up to a year since she last slept here and was living here with me. So sort of a bit like of anniversary really. So yesterday I was actually on a craft stall with a floral craft group that I'm in, and we actually decided to raise money for our local hospice. Now this is very close to my heart because Mum and myself have used the services of the hospice. So I was quite happy actually when it was decided we were going to raise money for the hospice. So whilst we were on the stall yesterday with the other ladies from the group, I just got asked some questions, you really like your crystals, what do you actually do? So I explained that I do energy healing, crystal therapy, and a grief recovery specialist. So yeah, we just got talking, and we got onto the subject of feathers and angels actually. So they were asking me, do you believe in angels? Have you ever had experience with feathers? And then the other ladies spoke about their experience with feathers and how it comforted them and uplifted them when they found them or they crossed paths with them. They all believed it was from their loved ones that were no longer with us. So yeah, that was actually a lovely conversation to have. Some of the ladies got emotional remembering their loved ones. But yeah, it was just lovely that we had that conversation. So as I said, I've been feeling a bit emotional. So I've now got my multifunctional toolkit. So I've got tools that I use when I am struggling. So that would be my grief recovery method tools, crystals specific for helping me deal with loss and emotional traumas, etc. I use EFT, and another tool that I use is actually connecting with the higher realms, asking for their help, asking for protection, and thanking them for their messages that they send me. So this morning I actually had, been talking, and I thanked them and that I was still continuing to look out for signs and messages, etc. So yeah, I've been struggling with my human emotions and sadness, and using these tools. So I do believe if I didn't have these tools, I would be in a much worse place emotionally, mentally and physically than what I am currently. And I also acknowledge that we are all going to have days and phases where we are really sad, and not to beat yourself up for it. So one of the things though, if you try too hard trying to get a sign, it's not going to happen. So it's just having some trust and belief that when you put out a request to the universe, to your angels, to your loved ones that are no longer here, whatever your belief may be spiritually. Don't try too hard, because you're going to block, and then they're not going to happen. But we must also be aware, as I've said in previous videos, to actually look for them as well, and not be blinkered by our day-to-day human existence. So yeah, today went out on a lovely dog walk that actually turned into a bit of a wow. where has this all come from? So today it's the first day without rain. It was a beautiful sunny morning. So the dog was eager to get out. Our little dog Amber is a little bit of a diva. She's a pom, so I generally let her lead the way of where she wants to walk, unless she's going to eat something gross or darting across the road. So off we went on this walk, and she went a way that we don't really go that often, so off we went. And as we were walking around, I kept seeing feathers every so often. I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I saw another one, and then I saw another one. I thought, this is a bit odd. Okay, I think I'm being given a sign here. So I didn't pick them up, and it was about 3 that I saw that I just walked past, and I was like, oh, okay. And then we were walking down the road, and there was this man doing some gardening. I think he's from the local council, and he was doing some weed control. Well, Amber just plonked her ass firmly on the ground and wouldn't move. She was mesmerised with this chap. And I was like, okay. So we sat there for a few minutes. I don't know what that was about, but she seemed to really enjoy watching him doing his little spraying. So anyway, when she decided she'd had enough of that, she got back up, walking along. I'm walking down this little footpath, and this black and red striped butterfly just flew up in front of me. I have never seen a butterfly like it. The red was just, it was vibrant. It was like a neon colour, really. So it flew up right in front of me, came up past my head, and went up a little bit above my head, and just hovering. And so I was like, oh, hello. And butterflies always represent to me like a message or a hello from the spirit world, a sign. And it was just here fluttering above my head. So I said hello to it. I was just mesmerised by this red colour, because red is my favourite colour. And then it sort of moved a bit. And then when I looked, it was hovering directly in my eyesight where the moon was. Now, I hadn't noticed the moon at all, and I wouldn't have noticed the moon if it hadn't been for this butterfly. And it hovered there for a while. So I was like, oh wow, look, that's really stunning to see the moon and this butterfly. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Really made me smile. So I was like, oh wow, how wonderful is that? And then I carried on walking the dog, and there was more feathers along a different path, and I was like, wow, what is going on? This is just like turning into be such a beautiful dog walk. Then we took a left path at a fork in the paths, went round, and there was a grassy area, and there was just feathers everywhere. On the footpath, on the grass, and I was just like, wow, like, okay, I am getting the message here, thank you. So I'm standing there like, thank you for the messages, thank you for the feathers, thank you for the butterfly. Wow, this is just totally amazing. So I picked up 8 feathers along the way, and these beautiful feathers. I don't know if you can see them. They're floating down. There's some little tiny ones, and then this was the biggest one. So yeah, so I picked up 8 of these feathers, and I thought, oh, you know, I can't take all these feathers because, you know, there's other people that need these feathers as well. So I did leave some of the feathers behind for others, people who might have needed it. So Amber was getting really impatient with me because I kept stopping and picking up another feather, and I was like, oh my god, look, there's more over there. Oh, something stuck to my finger there. Oh my god, look, there's some more over there. Yeah, so I just kept stopping and picking these feathers up. So she's like pulling on the lead, getting really impatient with me. So I was just like, wow. Yeah. Sort of, yeah, I was just felt a real joy and happiness in me. I was like, God, I was felt really quite sad this morning, and I've just come out on this dog walk, and it's turned into this most magical experience. Yeah, it was amazing. So I was like, right, when I get home, I've got to find out what that butterfly is, because I've never seen one like it before. Never seen it. It was just beautiful. And got home, got on good old Google, and I found out some people class it as a moth, some people class it as a butterfly, but it is called a cinnabar. And this is what a cinnabar looks like. So it's just stunning. And when it flew up against the sun and the sky, the colour, it was just mesmerising. It was just so beautiful. So oh god, I've just blown the feathers everywhere. Sorry. Then I was like, no way, that's called Cinnabar. So the weekend just gone, I was on my crystal, one of my crystal therapy class days, and a crystal that we learned about last Saturday was called Cinnabar. Now, you know, some might say, oh, it's just coincidence, Sam. I don't call that coincidence. I call that a big hello, look at this sign. Now, the Cinnabar crystal we learned about last week is actually toxic because it contains mercury. So that's why we were learning about it. We were learning about toxic crystals. So this is very interesting. So I need to look into the Cinnabar crystal a bit more. So what did I do? I got onto Google again. So Cinnabar crystal is classed as toxic because of the mercury, but it still has healing properties, and many people class it as a crystal for transformation and manifestation, and for finding your divine purpose. And I was like, wow, that's good. And it helps you release fear and resentment and improve your communication. Oh, wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, butterflies to me, so we can call this Cinnabar a moth, a butterfly, whatever. But butterflies represent to me, and for many others, you know, one of the most symbols that we have in the living world of transformation, because a butterfly goes from the caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. transformation. And I again class that as freedom, letting go of the past, and you elevating into your highest self. So, and a message from spirit. So, yeah, in a matter of a 15-minute dog walk, I had that many signs given to me from the higher realms up above that has blown my mind again. So even though I believe in whatever you want to call it, woo-woo, the paranormal, spirituality, whatever you want to label it, I do strongly believe there is something else other than this physical existence. Everything is energy. Even though I've had some very weird experiences through my life, when something else happens to me, it still blows my mind. And I'm just like, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have been buzzing all day since. I feel totally uplifted. Yeah, and it's just like, okay, I am feeling sad, but remember to look around yourself. Remember to look around you. Life is magical too, and you may or may not agree with what I've just said, and you may just poo-poo it as a complete load of codswallop, but I don't. And yeah, it's just, yeah, warms my little heart. Yeah, it really does. And so I just want to share that story with you. And yeah, if you ask for a sign, you will receive a sign. Just remember to ask. That's all you have to do, to ask. And it may not be straight away, but it will come. But don't try too hard either. Don't try too hard trying to make it happen, because you'll just block it happening. Just be aware, look around you, be more present in the moment you're in. I know life is so busy, we're all rush, 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 that we miss things. So yeah, it's been a day of very uplifting for me, enlightening, messages from up above, and for me to go and look further into the Cinnabar and what it means to me. So I'd be really interested to know what your experiences are with butterflies, feathers. What does it mean? What do they mean to you? Oh, what experience have you had? I'd love it if you would comment, share this with other people that you know are interested in this or have had experiences. So I'm going to keep continuing to share all my journey with you, so I hope that it brings uplifting and benefit to you. So please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.